Hello students, good morning of class 7. Okay, so today I am going to discuss with you the chapter 3 from the civics, state government. Today's chapter is state government. Okay, and in this chapter we will read about the legislature, functions of the state legislature, the executive, how the government functions in state secretariat, and the judiciary. So all of these points we will discuss in our video class. Now see, this is the Delhi Secretariat. Okay, this is a picture of Delhi Secretariat. Now, the Constitution of India has established a federal policy by dividing the country into states. Okay, so our constitution actually has been established a federal policy. What is federal policy? Federal policy means a government in which powers are distributed between the central and state. Okay, so where government actually distributed in two ways. Suppose powers are actually distributed in the central and the hand of the state. Okay, some powers has been given to the central government and few powers given to the state governments. Each state has own state government and there is a division of powers between central and state. Yes, we know also that in our state have the state government. So every state have their own government. He or she is known as state government, and few more powers are there which divided into center and state. There are 28 states and 9 union territories in our country. These are governed at 3 levels. So these states and union territories are governed by the 3 levels: the union level, the state level, and the local level. In this chapter, we will read about functioning of the state government. So in this chapter, actually there are 3 levels. One is the union, another is the state, and last is the local level. But now in this chapter, we are going to discuss the state government. The state government carries out legislative, executive, and administrative functions. So the state government carries 3 types of functions. One is legislative, another is executive, and third is the administrative functions. The legislature makes the law that governs a state. The executive implements the laws, and the judiciary ensures that laws are implemented. So what are the work of legislature, executive, and judiciary? So legislature, it actually makes the laws. Okay, whatever laws we are following, whatever laws we have to follow, the country people have to follow, that all the laws made by the legislature, and that law implemented by the executive, and we are maintaining the laws or not, we are following the laws or not, that section ensures the judiciary. If we are doing any crime, so judiciary, that means court, has been given the punishment. Now the part is the legislature. The legislature is a body that makes law for the growth and welfare of the state. We know that every type of laws, rules, and regulations, actually it want betterment of our country, betterment for the people. Suppose when you are coming to the school, you also follow some rules and regulations. Why? Because these rules and regulations are important for the students, important for their betterment of their life. These rules and regulations means make them disciplined. Okay, so we have to follow the rules and regulations if we are staying in the country. So country people also followed some rules and regulations. So it is actually for the growth of the country and welfare of a state. Welfare means, you can say, comfort, success. Okay. So it has 2 houses. That means legislature has 2 houses. One is Vidhan Sabha and another is Vidhan Parishad. Very important thing that legislature has 2 houses. One is Vidhan Sabha and another is Vidhan Parishad. So don't mix it. Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad. Now, Vidhan Parishad's another name is Legislative Council. Okay, is the upper house. So, Vidhan Parishad is the upper house. Vidhan Parishad's another name is Legislative Council, and this is the upper house. And Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha. So, Vidhan Sabha's another name is Legislative Assembly. This is the lower house. So, these are the two houses of the legislature. Legislatures that consist of two houses are called bicameral, and those that have one house are called unicameral. So there is also division. So suppose legislatures that consist, which legislature have the two houses, that houses or that country is actually known as bicameral, and which have only one houses, that is known as unicameral. So Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Maharashtra have bicameral legislature. Most of the states has unicameral legislature. Now the next part is the Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha. So the Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha is called the House of People. Okay, it is called so because it is composed of representative of people who are directly elected by the people of that state. So few months ago, actually we have given the vote. So elections was done in our country, in our state also. Okay, state. So we have given the vote and we choose our representative. So here is actually this facility has given that people can choose their facility by their own decision. Elections are held under the supervision of the Chief Electoral Officer, who is appointed by the Election Commission. Now, maybe from here question may become that who appoints the Election Commission? So who appointed the Chief Electoral Officer? Election Commission. Okay. Now, one who gets maximum number of votes is declared elected. We also know that who getting the maximum votes, he or she is the head of the country, ruler of the country. One candidate is elected from each constituencies. This elected candidate becomes the member of the Vidhan Sabha, and it is called member of Legislative Assembly. That means MLA, okay, or MLA. It is given. Now, what is the meaning of constituency? Constituency means a body consisting of voters of a district. That means which body is actually consisting of voters. That means voters choosing their representative of a district. That is the constituency. So one candidate is elected from each constituency. From each constituency, only one candidate is elected, and this elected candidate become the member of the Vidhan Sabha. That means MLA. Okay. There is an upper and lower limit for the number of seats in a legislative assembly. So, legislative assembly have the particular seats are assigned over there. Okay, so they have the limitation of the seats in the legislative assembly. All the states do not have some number of MLAs. The number of MLAs is decided by the number of constituencies in the state, which is decided by the population of the state. One representative from each constituency can be nominated to become an MLA. So this is the concept of the Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha. Okay. So today actually next our part is majority and opposition. Okay, so next part is majority and opposition. Now we came to know about the majority and the oppositions. Once the elections are over, process of formation of government in the state starts. When elections are over, then start the counting. After that, formation of the government. This process is continuous started. Okay, it was when the elections over, then process of formation of the government is started. Now, the political party whose MLAs have owned more than half the number of constituencies in a state are said to be a majority. So, what is the majority? If question will come, when what is the majority here? Okay, the political party whose MLAs have owned more than half the number of constituencies in a state are said to be a majority. Now, the political party that has the majority is called the ruling party. So, which is the majority party? That party is known as ruling party. That means that party ruled over the country. So, that is why it is known as ruling party. So, ruling party and majority definition is same. And all other members are called the opposition. So, those who not got the majority, okay, they are the oppositions party, and who is ruling the country? That is the ruling party. Okay, our next point is qualification of contestants. So, this point I will discuss with you in my next video class. So, thank you.